But my view is if you're not always seeking the highest quality, then you have no business creating hits, and you won't ultimately create hits. And our business is all about creating hits.
Yeah.
So the core of my job is to make sure that my company creates hits. But the core of my job is not that I create the hits.
Yeah.
I certainly do not.
Yeah. Well, it's really interesting because I feel like any game you guys put out is just like a banger. Like.
Well, no, we've had flops. Not too many, thankfully, but we have had them.
Really? I can't even.
I don't really need to enumerate them, but
Right,
I could. Sadly, I remember them all.
Yeah. To switch gears a little bit, people of course know me for being a GTA quote unquote NPC, and I kind of got grouped into that whole community. Do you think there's any chance of getting sort of a lookalike redhead NPC in GTA 6, like among the thousands of other characters that just walk around and don't really do anything, don't have a part in the game, but just sort of like as a tribute?
Almost certainly not.
All right, I had to ask, guys. I had to ask. If you could sum up, because obviously you can't speak too much on GTA 6. There's only so much you can say. But if you could sum it up in a few words or one word, what would you say?
I would say I think it'll be extraordinary and worth waiting for.
Worth waiting for. I agree.
That wasn't one word, but
I'll take that. Now, just GTA as a whole, like the franchise, what does that collaboration look like between Take-Two and Rockstar? Like, do you guys sort of just let them take the ball and run with it? Like, kind of what does that look like when developing like this franchise throughout the years?
Rockstar is highly independent creatively, and the nature of our internal workings across all of our labels is lots of interaction, lots of support, obviously financial support, marketing and distribution support. Creatively, the labels are exercise enormous freedom.
Yeah.
Enormous freedom.
Yeah. I love that. And that's probably what makes them, create these beautiful works of art with
it's a combination
release.
That we have really talented people
at
our labels.
Yeah. Cool. Now GTA Online, especially with GTA 5, it became a massive success immediately. Did you expect it to sort of spiral into that like cultural phenomenon? Because I feel like GTA Online, I could be wrong, but I feel like more people play that, on any given day than the campaign. Like, did you expect the success of it to be so large?
No, I don't think any of us did. I think that we saw it as a really interesting add-on to the title. We actually originally had not planned to have virtual currency in the game, so it wasn't going to be an economic, an economic driver.
Yeah.
It was relatively late in the day when we decided to pursue virtual currency, because this is long ago. We're looking back at 2013.
Yep.
And it wasn't an immediate success. You may recall it was pretty buggy at first.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
We had some trouble coming out of the gate, and because it was all new and we were innovating and we were doing it all in real time. So it was like building a plane while you're taking off and then flying it.
Right.
So it is an incredible, durable success, and it continues to perform many, many years later. So I think obviously it's astonishing. And no, I don't think any of us expected that.
Yeah.
But we also didn't expect to sell 205 million units of
Is that what it's
Auto
at?
5.
200?
Yeah. So we never expected that. That was way outside of the realm of anything we contemplated.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like GTA fans themselves specifically are notoriously super passionate, super vocal. Like, how do you guys handle the expectations that they kind of put on you guys to create such great games? And I'm looking at you guys because I know it's a lot of you that follow me. So like, how do you guys sort of handle that? Do you, I don't know, like take criticism from them? Like, how do you guys handle the expectations?
Oh, we definitely listen to feedback from our fans.
Yeah,
absolutely. You need to in our business, and you're able to. But remember, the biggest hits are always the ones that are unexpected.
Yeah.
And everything that we do has to be new and different, not derivative.
Yeah.
And so by definition, when people are commenting on something that is in market, that means they're looking at something that was done before.
Yep.
Our teams are focused on what's new that you haven't even thought about. Like you thought you were anticipating this thing, but this is way bigger and way better and more exciting and more beautiful than you could have possibly
Right.
thought of. So it is true that fan feedback is important, but at the same time, you can't be totally data driven. You have to be creatively driven.
Yeah.
And what's it like to be on the team? Look, it creates enormous pressure on our teams, enormous pressure, because this is, that's the creativity involved in making one of these big properties. It's their life's work, and it's not just commerce, it's art.
Yeah.
And it's not just business, it's emotion. So the stress for our teams can be enormous, but I think everyone feels blessed that we get to devote our lives to this.
Yeah. And I mean, the GTA franchise in specific and the other Rockstar titles, I feel like, I mean, it could just be my opinion, but I get the sense that the love that people have for your guys' games are on a totally different level than, other titles from other companies. Like, I feel like the Rockstar games are.
I think I'd love to agree with you. I think our competitors have some great titles too.
Yeah.
I mean, Fortnite's a great
huge
franchise.
Yeah.
Roblox is a great business.
Yep.
There are numerous great games, and if we had 10 gamers here in the room, they would each have favorites. I think GTA is on everyone's list.
Yeah.
But it's not the only thing on everyone's list, and thankfully, because we have huge franchises at Take-Two,
yep.
and it's also good for our consumers and therefore good for us when there are other big franchises in the market that we don't control. We'd love to have all the hits, but we obviously don't.
Yeah. No, I agree. Was there ever a moment sort of throughout the history of, running the GTA empire that you kind of realize, oh crap, this is becoming bigger than expected? Like, was there ever a moment where you're like, okay, this is going to be the biggest title by far?
Well, remember, I don't run the GTA empire. The folks
right.
at Rockstar do. And I don't really think of what we do as an empire, thankfully. And if I did, that would be horrible. But
right, yeah.
I do think it's not really my nature or our nature to look, backwards and pat ourselves on the back. It's much more our view to be, looking over our shoulders, scared of the competition. I'm fond of saying arrogance is the enemy of continued success. The minute you think you have it figured out and that you're just going to do it over and over again, you start failing.
Yeah.
So all of us are running scared. So it would be a rare moment for me to look at anything I've done and say, well, how awesome, are we? Or
yeah.
even more rarely, how awesome am I? Now and then, of course, you look at something and say, wow, I'm so grateful that it worked out that well. I think you need to have moments like that. But those moments have to be humble moments where you realize, particularly in my case, it's not me, it's the team. And that's not false humility. It is actually not me.
Yeah.
I actually do not create these hits. The creative teams do that work. I'm fortunate to be able to work with them every day and add some value as the leader of the enterprise. But the work is done on the ground, not in the CEO's office, in any company, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, completely agree. And that this isn't even on the question list, but I was just thinking, like, Rockstar in specific gets so many, trolls. Like, you probably even get trolls and
my Twitter feed, it's full of it.
Really? Yeah. Y'all need to stop, because I'm sure it's some of y'all that are watching as well. And
actually, it hasn't been much lately.
Really?
Yeah, it used to be a lot worse. I don't know, people have moved on.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure GTA 6, it'll be worth the wait. Quit complaining about it.
Actually, we like the fact that people care.
Yeah, it definitely comes from a place of all these people just love the game, so we know where it's coming from. And last question on the GTA front, I'm not sure if you're allowed to answer this, and if you can't, that's fine. I thought I would just ask. But is there something that excites you most about GTA 6?
Just what I said earlier. I think it'll be breathtaking. Yeah.
Awesome. And then, oh wait, no, this is the last question. Sorry, guys. About GTA. And this is just a fun one. Have you seen the "We got blank" before GTA 6 memes going around?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah, I've seen some of those.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, I think ever since trailer one, that's all I'm seeing on every post. Like it doesn't matter what it is, any large cultural event, they'll say we got whatever before GTA 6. Like, you know, Tesla robot. Like when they unveiled that, they were like, we got the Tesla robot before GTA 6. So I was just curious if you've seen that
I have seen
going
it,
around. Okay.
but I would argue no one's gotten a Tesla robot yet.
True. Yeah. No one has it yet.
Not that I'm not looking forward to it.
Right.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I could have a robot interviewing me now, for example.
Right. Yeah. And I want to get one just to like do the chores
Yeah,
around the house,
absolutely. Why
make
not?
dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.